NBA schedule comes out today, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. We got some Warriors for you. Which games are you the most excited for? Obviously, you got Christmas. You got Jordan Poole's return. You got the Suns. There's a lot going on, Goo. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I started Friday Night Lights, fell asleep, so I'll get it this weekend. Yeah, I'll get it this weekend. You took a lot out of me yesterday. But you're burying the lead. Kevin Durant, this will be the first time he plays his return when he comes back here to Chase. And I'm going to be the front and center giving this guy his flowers. I'm still hurt more now that he's gone. I got to get past that. He's a son. But, Alan, I'm just speaking to Dub Nation, a PSA. This dude gave us his Achilles. He gave Dub Nation his Achilles trying to get back out there, and it didn't happen. He got hurt. But, man, we got to give this dude love. I cannot wait for him to come back as a son with people, Dub Nation in the building. We're going to be a class act, right? Dub Nation, stand up and give. We won 2 chips.
Yeah. Did win 2 chips. And like we said, Mike Dunleavy Jr., new GM at 12:30. We're going to ask him about the inner workings of all that with KD coming back, all Steph summer, Clay summer, Kuminga summer.
60.
A big 60. All that good stuff. And, well, here's the thing. Is that how you feel? Because it's been a couple years, right? Is it going to hit the same, Kevin Durant? And obviously, you had the pandemic, you've had injury. Obviously, a lot of things have happened since KD. So does time heal all wounds? Do you feel differently than maybe you would have felt if it was the year after? And not only would it have been the year after, but it was also with Kyrie, who is about one of the top public enemies for the Warriors. So is it a little different now? Okay, he's in Phoenix. We got CP3. A little bit different than if he had come back that next year right off rip with your boy Kyrie Irving.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. And, along with James Harden, those are villains here in Dub Nation. So I love that you specified that. And you got me thinking, Alan, the fact now that it's been some time, time heals all wounds. I was just hurt because Kevin Durant was taking his talent somewhere else. And you know what I did? I took for granted the great basketball, the great music that Steph Curry, all the Warriors made, along with Draymond Green, with Kevin Durant. The fit was seamless. So now I've grown up, I've matured, and I do understand watching Steph Curry's phenomenal doc when he broke the record. Here comes Kevin Durant at the club to help celebrate, and it hit me like these dudes are boys. So I'm ready, man. I'm going to get a bouquet of flowers for this dude KD when he comes back as a son for what he did as a Warrior.
No, I like that. And again, that's Mike Dunleavy Jr. at 1240 with a 4-0, and we'll have a lot of questions for him. You know what? I'm fine with Kevin Durant. I think
you know who I am.
We know who you are, KD. Thank you. And it was never an issue with KD. We know what he gave to the team.
Yeah.
I think what happened was, at least for me, it was the talking. It was he went on certain shows and podcasts.
You mean after? The aftermath. Shout out Dre. The aftermath.
After the fact. It wasn't about how everything went down. Hey, you want to leave? And Draymond tried calling him out. Remember that whole thing against the Clippers? That's fine. It was just, it got to a point where, and actually it wasn't even so much after, Goo. After everything happened with Draymond, which Draymond felt as if he knew something that a lot of us just watching the game didn't know, and there have been multiple podcasts since then. It was just how KD was saying little things. Remember the whole, well, aren't we supposed to play with joy?
I'll never forget it, yeah.
And he little side remarks at Steve Kerr. When, as far as we knew, KD, you were the one that decided never to get into a long-term relationship. Yeah. Shout out The Bachelor. You didn't want to do any of that. You wanted to be here for a year, and then get mad when people would ask you questions about not being in a long-term contract. Yeah, and that was what was weird to me.
Man. You're on fire early, and you know what? Just my 2 cents. I can share it with you until 2 p.m., but I felt like that hijacked the season.
Yeah.
He could have kind of did it a little better in regard to don't ask me, I'm here. But I'll say this, Alan. I do believe the math that KD did before he signed the paperwork to come to Golden State. You're never, as great as you are, you could never replace Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Lennon. Steph Curry was the Golden State Warriors, and there's just a part of me, and I love KD, that I don't know if he thought he wasn't hearing enough kudos. But you got to understand the chef is presidential.
Yeah.
We appreciated you. And when they come, Phoenix Suns on that night, I think the Warrior fans have had time to process and digest and appreciate, especially now. And I do wonder, we'll never know, Alan, if KD has some regret for dipping out of the Bay.
We'll never know. But I will say this. It makes it sting less. And I would say, going back to would things have been different if KD was able to come that first year right after. I will say this. It would have been different if the Warriors hadn't have won one. Now you have less reason to be salty at KD. Let's say flip it, right? Let's say the same thing, same time frame, but within that time frame, KD won one in Brooklyn or even in Phoenix, and the Warriors haven't won.
Oh,
you think Warrior fans would be thank you, KD?
Yeah.
They would be booing him.
I'm going Spider-Man, some venom.
There would definitely be some venom, but there would be no, thank you, KD. But now that the Warriors got one, KD, hey, how you doing over there, buddy? Didn't really work out in Brooklyn, huh? Oh, you're trying to do something else? How many stars do you need, KD? Now you in Phoenix with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. You still got Ayton. Hopefully you get one.
You coaching?
Hopefully you get one, KD. But we good over here.
No doubt. And Alan, it just goes like if I saw Steph right now and any Warrior that was on that team in 2022, just the way you just phrased it, KD leaves and yet they win another title. We get Game 4 Steph in Beantown. But just think about that. They lost the great abilities of Kevin Durant, and yet the team won another chip.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep. And
when does that happen?
And that's what made 2022 so sweet.
Yeah.
Even with what went down in 2023. And you know what, Goo? We're talking about the fans, and we're talking about us as Dub Nation and how it made us feel. Let's talk about the players for a second. You don't think that was part of it too?
Oh.
The players, that was part of the reason that everybody had written the Warriors off. You don't have KD anymore. You can't do anything without KD. Y'all won your first chip because of injury, and then the next two you ran and got Big Bro, and y'all can't do anything without KD. And the Warriors said, "Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I do got to add, though, Alan, they won before KD.
They did win before KD, but everybody says they should have won two of them.
Hey, we'll leave that
So now the Warriors are able to clean the slate, and everybody's just going after another title. KD, can you get one without? Here's the thing: is KD, can you get one without the Warriors? Let's say he gets one. Let's say the Suns win. Okay, well, KD got one, but you got one. Well, is it any better that he got one with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal? You can make the argument that's a more fully loaded roster than the 73-9 Warriors.
No, that's not even hard. You're right. And what about, you forgot Brooklyn? Shout out Jigga. And
that's what I'm saying.
You were with Harden and the great Kyrie Irving, and that to me is one of the biggest fails in sports.
Yeah.
The fact that they had that all that lethal just basketball know-how, and it just imploded right before our eyes.